You looked in the mirror this morning, and something felt off. Not bad. Just not quite you. The hair is fine. It's always fine. But fine isn't what you want anymore. And here's what nobody says out loud. The wrong haircut isn't just unflattering. It's costing you. Adding years you haven't lived. Pulling your face downward, flattening your cheekbones, making your features look heavier than they actually are. We're talking 4 to 6 years added silently, every single morning, just from one wrong choice. This video covers 7 haircuts that do the opposite. Lifts, opens, brightens. And in part 4, I'm covering the one cut most stylists never suggest to women over 60, but it's the one that changes everything about how your face photographs. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and the best fixes for women over 50, so you get real results fast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Part 1. There's a moment, and I think you know the one, where you're sitting in the salon chair, and the stylist holds up the mirror, and you smile and say, "I love it." And you almost mean it. Almost. Because something about it is still adding years you don't feel. And that's the thing about a haircut that's working against you. It doesn't look wrong. It just never looks quite right. This is the first rejuvenating haircut I want you to know about, and it starts with understanding why the cut you've probably had for years is quietly aging you right now. Here's the real thing about a blunt jaw-length bob on a woman over 60. That hard horizontal line sits right at the widest point of most mature faces. And it doesn't frame you. It brackets you. It draws the eye across and down, which pulls your cheekbones with it. And just like that, the most beautiful part of your face disappears into the cut. I watched a woman in a salon chair last week, stunning bone structure, perfect posture, and she kept asking the stylist to just clean it up a little. She didn't know what she was actually asking for. She wanted the jaw-length blunt bob tightened when what she needed was something completely different. This is what most women never hear. The swap that changes everything? A soft layered lob. That's a long bob, falling 1 to 2 inches below the collarbone. Not blunt. Layered through the ends so the hair moves. The length alone drops the weight away from the jaw. The layers open the cheekbone. And the movement adds the kind of softness that turns back the clock without touching a single thing on your face. Ask your stylist for exactly this. A layered lob, collarbone to 2 inches below, with face framing layers starting at the cheekbone and soft feathered ends. Those 4 words, face framing layers, feathered ends, are the difference between a cut that flatters and one that just sits there. Maintenance on this one is easier than you'd think. Every 8 weeks, ask for a dusting, just the ends, to keep the shape without losing length. That's it. No major trims. Just a dusting. And honestly, this is the one a friend of mine heard, and immediately called her stylist. She texted me 2 days later. Why did nobody tell me sooner? Coming up in part 2, the haircut most women think is youthful, but is actually adding a decade. It's one of the most common cuts for women over 60, and most stylists won't say a word. Part 2. Let me say something that might surprise you. The haircut you chose because it looked modern, easy, and fresh. That very cut might be the one doing the most damage right now. Because there's one style I see constantly on women over 60 that reads as intentionally youthful, and ends up doing the exact opposite. I'm talking about the short stacked bob. And I need you to hear this. The stacked bob, heavy, rounded, close at the nape, with all that volume pushed to the back of the head, creates a shape that is working directly against the natural changes that happen to the face after 60. This cut is adding years to your face that aren't there. A minimum of 5, in most lighting, without you even knowing it. Here's why. As we age, facial volume naturally shifts downward. The fullness we had in our upper face, around the cheekbones, the temples, migrates. So when you add a cut that pushes volume to the lower back of the head and keeps it close at the nape, you're amplifying exactly what gravity is already doing. The face reads heavier at the bottom. The cheekbones disappear. The jawline looks wider. And the whole thing adds weight to the face in the one place you don't want it. Write this one down. The solution is a textured pixie with longer side panels. This isn't a short pixie that sits flat on top. This is a cut with length kept through the sides, coming just past the ear, and light textured movement on top. The length at the sides creates a vertical line that lifts your entire face. The texture on top brings the volume upward, toward the crown, which is exactly where you want it after 60. When you talk to your stylist, say this: textured pixie with elongated side panels past the ear, volume lifted to the crown, close through the nape. Those specifics are the difference. A stylist who hears shortcut will give you whatever they default to. A stylist who hears elongated side panels past the ear knows exactly what you're asking for. For upkeep. This cut needs a trim every 6 weeks to keep the nape clean and the crown shape intact. But the payoff is enormous. You'll stop needing to work with your styling. The cut does the work. There's something about the next cut that nobody in this space talks about, and it's the one I see transforming faces the most dramatically after 60. That's next. Part 3. Here's something real. Most of the women who come through my content have tried everything. They've gone shorter. They've gone longer. They've asked stylists for something fresh and gotten back something they've had before with a slightly different part. And the reason that keeps happening, the actual reason, is that nobody tells you what to ask for. And there's one specific cut that your stylist almost never suggests. Not because it doesn't work, because it takes more skill to execute. And the ones who can do it, they'll change your face completely. I'm talking about the French girl shag. And on a woman over 60 with fine or thinning hair, this cut is quietly extraordinary. The shag works because of what it does structurally. The layers are cut from the crown downward, creating movement at every level of the hair. The curtain bangs, parted in the center and sweeping outward, frame the cheekbones and open the eyes in a way that almost nothing else does. And for fine hair, those layers create the illusion of volume that a single-length cut can never produce, no matter how much product you use. This is the one I wish someone had told me about years earlier, because it works with your hair's natural texture, whatever that is. Straight, wavy, slightly coarse. The shag adapts. Yes, that's specific. Here's what to ask for at the salon. A French girl shag, mid-length, with curtain bangs starting at the arch of the brow, and razor cut ends for that soft, lived-in finish. The razor cutting is the part most stylists skip. Don't let them. That's what gives the ends that effortless movement instead of a blunt chopped look. The curtain bangs are the piece most women hesitate on. I understand that. But here's what they actually do. They divide the length of the face vertically. They draw the eye to the center, to your eyes, to your bone structure. And they create a frame that makes you look like someone with intention behind her look. Not someone who went in for a trim and came out with the same thing. Maintenance. The curtain bangs need a trim every 4 weeks, just those. The rest of the shag holds its shape for 10 to 12 weeks easily. Monty bang chim, quarterly sak chim. That's the whole routine. What I'm covering in part 4 is the cut most women find even harder to hear. It's the one that matters most when your hair has started to thin. And it's the most misunderstood cut in the whole conversation. Part 4. If your hair has been thinning, and you've been hoping nobody notices, this is the part you've needed. Because there's a cut that most stylists default to for thinning hair, that is doing the exact opposite of what you need. And then there's the one they almost never suggest, which is the one that actually works. Most women with thinning hair after 60 are told to go short. Keep it close. Don't weigh it down with length. And that advice sounds logical. But it's wrong. And it's costing you. It's making your hair look thinner than it actually is, flattening the crown, and leaving your face without any frame at all. Here's the insight nobody shares. Going shorter with fine hair doesn't create the appearance of fullness. It removes the length that creates the illusion of it. When hair is very short and flat, you see the scalp more easily, the movement disappears, and the face loses the framing that gives it lift and dimension. The cut that actually works for thinning hair after 60 is the voluminous textured crop, and it's not short the way you're picturing. It sits at the chin to just below the jaw, with heavy layers cut through the interior to remove bulk at the roots while keeping length at the surface. The result looks full. It looks intentional. And it photographs beautifully. This one is everything. The stylist technique that makes this work is called internal layering, where the weight is removed from underneath, not from the outside of the shape. The surface hair stays longer and falls smoothly, hiding the places where thinning is most visible. And the layers beneath create movement and lift that rises up through the surface hair. creating volume that looks effortless and real. When you go to your stylist, ask for a chin-length textured crop with internal layering and a soft rounded silhouette. Do not ask for a shortcut for thin hair. Say those exact words: chin length, internal layering, soft rounded silhouette. Watch what happens. For maintenance, use a volumizing mousse at the roots before blow drying, and dry with your head tipped slightly forward to build root lift. That 30-second step changes the whole result. Do it every single time. The next mistake is the one I see most often, and it's the most expensive one to fix if you leave it too long. Part 5 covers the cut that is quietly adding a decade to women who think they've already made all the right choices. Part 5. You've done everything right. You've gone to a good stylist. You've kept your hair healthy. You've paid attention. And yet something is still not landing the way you want it to. That feeling, I hear it all the time. And most of the time, the answer is one of 3 specific cuts that seem elegant, seem appropriate, seem like exactly the right choice for a woman over 60. And they are quietly, consistently, aging women who wear them beautifully and have no idea. Have you ever wondered why some women walk into a room and their whole face reads as lifted, bright, and vital? And others with objectively similar features don't quite get there? The hair is doing most of that work. And these 3 final cuts are the ones that tip the balance. The first, long, straight, unshaped length past the collarbone. I know, long hair on a woman over 60 can be stunning, but only when it has shape. Unshaped length drags the face downward with it. It pulls on the jawline, flattens the cheekbones, and removes every bit of lift you have. This is adding 5 years minimum. Not 1 or 2. 5. The fix. Keep the length but add a soft U shape through the back and face framing curtain layers from the cheekbone down. The length stays. The drag goes. That one structural change transforms the whole reading of your face. The second. The severe center-parted blunt cut. Any length, any style, with 0 layers and a hard central part. The hard center part on mature faces draws the eye to the center line and pulls the face into equal halves. It ages the look of the face because it removes the asymmetry that creates visual interest and lift. It works on very young faces. It does not work after 60. The swap, a soft side part, 2 to 3 centimeters from center, with face framing layers at the front. That tiny shift moves the eye off the center line, lifts the cheekbone on the heavier side, and makes the whole face look more dimensional. The third, the overgrown undercut. This was a beautiful cut 5 years ago. And on a woman over 60 today, the visible line of demarcation between the shorter underlayer and the longer top creates a shape that reads as dated and slightly heavy at the crown. The weight sits wrong. The silhouette thickens where it should lift. The replacement, a soft disconnected layer cut, where the interior layers blend seamlessly into the surface with no hard line visible. The same shape concept, but modern, blended, and genuinely flattering. Ask your stylist to check for any hard demarcation lines in your current cut. If there's a visible line, that's the first thing to address at your next appointment. Blending those layers is a 40-minute change that updates the entire look. I didn't expect part 5 to be the one people message me about most, but it always is. You just learned 7 haircuts that actively lift, open, and brighten a mature face, and the specific words to ask for at your next salon appointment. You didn't have to figure that out alone. You did it in one sitting. Your bone structure was always this stunning. Now your cut is finally going to prove it. Tell me in the comments, which of these 7 haircuts are you most excited to try? And were you wearing one of the cuts I mentioned without knowing it was adding years? I want to know. Next time, we're getting into the one color mistake that's adding a decade to women over 60, and it's not the shade you'd expect. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.